I'm gonna walk and leave you behind. I'm gonna walk 'cause you made me love you. Can't believe I go so far away, but it lets me ease my mind. At the mountain I let myself
okay. I will have it fixed by next week. So you're going to have to deal with a little bit of a lag again for anyone who sent emails and comments last week and said, hey, it wasn't quite synced up. Well, I know. I was working on it. I should have looked at that earlier. With that said, a couple of things. So once again, my name is Chance Munsterman, and welcome to Live at Chance's House. Brought to you by, that's right, brought to you by Joe's Tavern. Joe's Tavern, the place to be, the place to drink, the place to eat. Unlike the song called Closing Time, you have to go home, you can't stay here. No, you can always stay at Joe's, so don't come on over and we'll take care of you. I'm sure there's a couch or a piece of ground in the backyard. Anyway, proud to have Joe's as a sponsor. Joe's Tavern and Grill also sponsors Devin Pike on his show, Universal Remote. You can find that at universalremote.tv on Twitch. You can also find the replays on YouTube. And I just found out, and not in the interview, but we talked about it during a pre-interview segment, that our own Rob Ervin with the Clubhouse Podcast and the Cheap Popcast also would like to inquire about having a sponsorship for Joe's Tavern and Grill, which I'm pretty sure will be accepted. I'll get with Joe. Meantime, I got a pretty good interview going on that we're going to get posted up. We're going to show that here right in a couple of minutes. Just wanted to give you guys a few little insights of what's happening with Music by Chance and the band Red Dirt Outlaws. If you haven't been on the RDO page recently at rdioband.com, it's gone through a little bit of redesign and it's getting optimized and all kinds of great stuff. If you want to hear some of the songs and snippets that's coming out in the new album, you can go to the media page and find out what that sounds like. You've also heard me play some live songs here at Live at Chance's House. Might play a couple tonight, might not, don't know yet. Just kind of going to wing it. I will tell you, as far as everything else is concerned, musicbychance.com, check that out. Go to my Instagram page. Things are kind of happening over there. Every step's just kind of toppled over about 43,000 hits. Been doing really well. So once again, thank you to all that have listened and supported. Appreciate you very much. But it's opened up a lot of new doors, and it's been really cool. One of the things you'll hear in the interview that I talk about with Rob in regards to how music gets shared and what we used to do, and just kind of talking overall what that looks like. And you know, when you find and you discover new music, how you share it, what you do. And the rules are exactly the same, whether you're on Instagram or Facebook or a web page. You got to know someone. They can't just go out and ask for it. But once you make that introduction, then it's a whole lot easier. So there's things that are happening, and I've been introducing myself to a lot of really great people. So I think in the upcoming weeks, I'm going to have some of these artists that I've been connecting with on the show. We talked about that a little bit last week, but I've done some networking. And this week's Rob Ervin. Next week, we're going to talk to Mr. Devin Pike, his musical influences, talk a little bit about his show and some other stuff. Things happening here in North Texas, and then I think I'm going to branch out. I've got an artist out in California. I've got one in D.C. as well. So a lot of exciting things are going to be happening with Live at Chance's House. In the meantime, we're going to slide on over to the interview with Mr. Rob Ervin. Hope you guys enjoy this. After the interview is over, I'm going to be playing for the rest of the hour. But once again, Joe's Tavern and Grill is our sponsor, and we appreciate those guys over there. Hope you guys can hear everything. Again, I get it. There's the video lag. I'll fix it next week. The cost of doing business, I guess, when you've not really ever done a live stream except one before. So, once again, Season 1, Episode 2, Live at Chance's House. And hope you guys enjoy this as much as I did doing the interview. I'll see you back here in just a bit. All right, everyone, Live at Chance's House. This is Season 1, Episode 2. It's actually the first interview, which I'm really excited about. I want to tell you that it is Thursday, May 21st. Today I'm doing my first interview with my good friend, as he would say also, brother from another mother, Rob Ervin. Rob, how are you doing today?
I'm the winner. I'm the first one. Brother, I am doing great. It's we're now in day bazillion of the quarantine. So this is the most hair I've had in a quarter of a century. But other than that, I mean, things are happening. The cats are good. The wife is good. It's going to rain all weekend. But other than that, I think we're doing all right.
I was actually going to ask you about the COVID cut because I do have a funny story because I have, as you can tell, I have a COVID cut. And the way it went down was actually quite humorous. I won't get into the whole thing, but I was like, man, there's got to be others that have had to deal with the same thing. And then, of course, there is. If you just Google it, it's everywhere.
Oh, it's a thing. But I have so little hair to begin with that, like, my wife hasn't even offered. Like, I'm just like, no. right now I've been out of work for about 3 months. So my rule is, as we're transitioning to whatever the next version of this is, I will get a haircut when I have a job interview scheduled, and it will be done by a professional, and then we'll be back to abnormal. But my problem is, and people that have known me since I was a kid know this, I have very thick, naturally curly hair, and I showed this off the other day, but I want you to see what my hair does when it gets to this point. It gets real wispy. So I can almost make it connect into a ponytail that's about that long right now. So I really have to, I wake up in the morning and I feel like I can walk out and go, I've created a time machine in my basement. But I'm working on the J. Jonah Jameson phase right now. I've decided that's what this is.
That's funny.
So yeah, it's definitely going to need to be cut, but I'm not in panic mode yet.
So I tell you what, you've done your fair share of interviewing, and you've also done your fair share of interviewing me. And
I have.
That's been really cool. And one of the greatest things that we've shared over the years outside of our friendship is that we found ways to support each other in the causes that we've got and the things that we do. We've supported each other from charitable organizations. You've allowed me to come on your podcasts before, and it's always been really great. Talk to me about two things real quick. One, what are you doing? So talk to me about the podcast that you're doing and the things you're involved with. And then maybe you can kind of segue a little bit in what's your interview style like, and kind of how do you approach the whole thing?
That's a great question. First of all, I'm not real used to being on this side of it. So it's a little weird for me to be the interviewee versus the interviewer. So there's really four things that involve this. Number one are the two podcasts, which number 1 and 2. We have the Cheap Popcast, which is about an hour long every Sunday, normally at 5:30 Eastern on the Vocal Now network. We want to send a quick shout out to Vocal, VOKAL Now. They have been the audio video resource for Who Needs Sleep since the beginning. They are our network. That's all about the world of professional wrestling. That's myself, Alex Barnhill, and Don Ford. And then we also have the Clubs podcast, which will be celebrating its 10th anniversary in July, which I can't believe. But those three guys, me, those two, and then adding Jen Rome as the lady of the house. And that is normally at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific on Vocal Now. That's all things pop culture and sports. So usually we segment the sports out, but we've just kind of lumped all the sports together right now just because there's not enough to separate. But that's usually about an hour and a half on Sundays. We also do movie reviews, which will hopefully get up and running once theaters reopen. We've done almost 600 between movie reviews and stage reviews as well. The live theater, as you know, as both of us being musicians, not only is it live music, but live theater has taken a huge hit in the last few months. And there's been some very interesting creative things that Broadway and its people of its ilk have done as well. And then you got the music side of it, where I am the lead singer of a band called Grace Descending, that you have been so gracious to come out and do some stuff with us every once in a while. We have officially, as of today, set the time frame to get things up and running again. So we're very excited. 2 weeks from today, we get back together for the first time and start playing. Hopefully, I'm hoping we can start playing out by the end of the summer, but it's going to depend on how things go. We are a Christian rock band.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. So tell me about the style.
We kind of call ourselves, it's Christian rock, but it's not the instrumental stuff you hear at Chick-fil-A, which I just realized a couple of years ago, that's what they do. They play like praise and worship music, and it's all instrumental, so you don't realize it. But we classify ourselves as what we call modern Southern rock. So we're very heavily influenced by bands like Third Day and Jeremy Camp, but we also are influenced by bands like Skinner, Three Doors Down, bands like that. We just like playing rock and roll music and worshiping our God, and we'll play anywhere. You know, we were one of the last bands to play at the Prophet Bar before they went into their 1-year remodel, which I'm hoping they're going to be rip roaring ready to go because that year comes up next month. And we played churches, we played prisons all over the state of Texas. We just love to play music, and there's 5 of us, and I'm consider myself very, very lucky to be able to play with guys of the caliber that I do, because they just make it so easy, and I can't wait to see the guys. 2 weeks from today, we start rehearsing again, and I can't wait to see them.
That's great. Yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, as well, you know that I've got my own, musical things going on, which is kind of the whole idea and the concept that started, which was live at Chance's house. It was just me. And then I thought to myself, okay, well, one, I want this to be sustainable, and I think it could be a lot of fun to do other things, talk to local musicians, talk to regional musicians. I'm actually networking right now with people outside of the state. I've got some friends and bands that I met out in Tennessee. I just connected with someone out in California, all of which I want to include with this whole concept, because
and that's what we have to do, and I love that we live in the time that we do, because if you remember, I mean, you and I have known each other almost a quarter of a century now. Back in the day, you couldn't network. You didn't have the tools that you have now. And the fact that you can record a studio quality album in your garage, literally, when you had to go and pay thousands and hundreds and thousands and hundreds of dollars to do something in the studio, that networking is so much easier to do now. And the reach that you have is it's immediate, which I love. And you've been able to do with every step.
The guy that I connected with yesterday, as a matter of fact, took a shot on a sponsored ad through Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Just took a shot. I mean, guy doesn't know me from anything. Had a 15-second preview of the song. He liked it. He listened to it, and he followed me. Then he started going through my Instagram page, and he's like, whoa, this guy's doing some stuff. What's going on? So he direct messaged me, and he was like, hey, this is amazing. I'm a musician. I'm an artist, independent. I'm trying to do stuff too. Would you be willing to share some ideas? I'm like, yeah, what's going on? And we start talking. Okay, so now day 2, and we're talking about our musical styles. We're sharing music. He's a fascinating person. He's got great music. His name is Xavier Valdez, as a matter of fact. I'm going to talk to him, hopefully get him on the show as well. But it's like you told me last week. I'm going to segue. You're going to see how this works. You told me last week, he's like, oh my God, dude, there's this band. You need to check them out. Well, think about it. In the 80s, when we were kids, how did we do it? We'd be like, dude, did you see that video on MTV? Or, hey, did you hear this? Or I just got this record. That was our advertising. And
it was only people that you directly knew. It was like, if I went to your house, or if I mailed you a letter, and God forbid it would take 3 weeks to get to you, whereas now it's instantaneous.
It is instantaneous, but it's very similar though, because I'll tell you, even for me as an artist, I can't just go on to Instagram and type up a post and go, hey, go follow me, or hey, go check out my song. It doesn't work that way, because you're missing the introduction. You're missing the part. You're missing the handshake. You're missing the hi, how you doing? Or you're missing the whole idea of, hey, are we two people that have a commonality that we can actually see things in a similar way, even if we have dissimilar tastes? If I come to you and you know me, I'm going to trust you, or you're going to trust me. So when you told me last week, we're going to talk about this, the Black Moods.
Oh, so great.
You said, you got to check this band out. And I'm like, I'm going to go check them out. And the reason why is because I know you so well that we have similar tastes. But even if we didn't, I still trust your opinion, because you are into pop culture. You are into music. You are on the scene. And I think vice versa. If I said, hey,
absolutely, I could say the same thing. I mean, there's bands that even when you and I first met, where it was even before original music was even a concept between us, we met hosting karaoke shows and DJing together. So there was always that crossover of, hey man, I just stumbled on this thing today, check it out. And then either we ended up started putting them into our karaoke rotations or putting them into our DJ sets too.
Absolutely. So that really kind of captivates that segue to talk about this. So what new music are you listening to right now? Let's talk about that.
Well, we talked about the Black Moods. They're very heavy. The single Belladonna, they just released their brand new album, Sunshine, last week. I haven't gotten through the whole thing yet, but I downloaded it the day it dropped because they're one of these bands that I haven't heard anything I haven't liked. I stumbled on them probably a little over a year ago on the Bob and Tom show. I'm a huge fan of the Bob and Tom show, have been since college. I mean, I first heard of them in the fall of 91. They had them on. They did some incidental music for them. I don't know how they stumbled on them because they're out of Phoenix, but then they had them in studio one day, and the guys were just amazing. They're amazing musicians. Like, Tom asked them just to play something on the spot, and they just made something up, and it worked. They actually opened last year for Whitesnake, which anytime you get an opportunity to open for David Coverdale, you open for David Coverdale. And I don't know, kind of a segue, kind of a sidetrack here. I don't know if you heard the big announcement from him a couple of weeks ago. He is working with Rhino Records, releasing 3 compilation albums over the next year. The first one comes out next month, and it's called Red, and it's all remastered. All the remastered Whitesnake and his solo stuff.
Wow.
So Red is all of the rock and roll stuff.
Coverdale Page?
I don't know if it's going to be in the Coverdale Page stuff or not, but I know he said specifically his solo stuff and his Whitesnake stuff. The white, it's not called the White Album, just White. So you got Red, which is the rock and roll stuff. White's going to be all the power ballads.
Okay.
And then and that's going to come out, I believe, in October. And then in early next year, they're going to do blues, plural. One of the things he said is they found a remastered version of Still of the Night. Mm-hmm. And basically his words were, "We found an ending." Because, as you know, Still of the Night's like an hour and a half long. But I'm excited for those. But back to the Black Moods, they were actually supposed to open for Metallica on their summer tour this year. So that kind of gives you a feel for who they are. They're just a straight up rock and roll band, and I love it. They're a 3-piece. And a very, very dear friend of mine who I turned them on to because she saw them as they opened for Whitesnake last year because she's a huge Whitesnake fan, Heather Fogelman, whom I adore. She actually met them backstage, and she said as humans, they're amazing too. So that, to me, that adds to it. And to know they had a brand new album, they actually did a album release party on Saturday night on Facebook Live, which is available to go check out as well. And it's just, I love it. It's right. I can't wait till they come back local because I'm going to see them live.
Wow, that's really cool. So let me know when that happens because I'd like to go with that.
You're the first call I'm making. You kidding me? I was bummed when you went. I got to go to Tonic and you weren't there a couple of years ago.
I know. I saw that too. I posted. I was thinking about that, and I had played. If you could.
I know. I saw it as soon as you posted it last night. You kidding me? And I mean, when they played Mountain, I was like, Chance. I was so upset that you weren't there because actually to hear that song live, I was like, I never thought because that's my favorite Tonic song ever.
Yeah,
is Mountain, and to hear them play it live, I never thought I'd hear them play it live. And in a way, the Black Moods remind me a little bit of them because they've just got that, we're going to go out there and we're going to play rock and roll music and we're going to do what we do and you're going to like it because this is what we do.
No, absolutely. So kind of wrapping things up here, I want to talk about 2 things. And as you know, you've seen it, and you and I have talked about this because it's something that's really important to me. And I know you've watched a few of the first incarnations of Live at Chance's house when it was just me and a guitar and doing whatever. But I'm really proud of something that I got to do. And you and I have talked a little bit about this in regards to charitable organizations in North Texas. Mm-hmm. And during especially this, time with the COVID-19 and everything has been going on, I was trying to figure out how can I do something to give back? What can I do? And it wasn't even me that did anything. I just had an idea. And you're going to be talking about an idea that you're involved with here in a minute, but I had an idea.
That's how it starts.
All of a sudden, I had a lot of really amazing people, mostly my friends, but even some people that aren't my friends outside of my network that came on. And for the month of April, I was very fortunate to help out the North Texas Food Bank, and we raised $1,500.
A great organization. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, when it comes to North Texas Food Bank, isn't it like $1 provides 3 meals?
It does. So
if you think about that, you did the feeding of the 5,000, sir. So,
amazing.
I mean, that's huge. That's great. And I was so proud to see the numbers you were putting up, and that warmed this old man's heart.
And it was just from the kindness of the people that I networked with. It ended up not being anything about me. And I told everyone that I wanted to, look, I'm not taking away from musicians right now. I'm very fortunate. I still have a job right now and I'm working. So I'm not doing this to say, here's my PayPal and here's my stuff and pay me. That's going to be down the road when I do live shows. I'll save that for the events that we're playing when people can come and they want to pay for something, right?
And that's kind of the hard thing too, that people don't understand. It's, you know, they just see musicians doing things, and it's like, it's not always about us. You know,
Right.
One of my big philosophies is a blessing if you can't share it. You know, and the fact that you're able to do that, you are an audiophile. Make no mistake. You know, if people don't know you well enough, like, you're not going to put something out there that doesn't pass your, for no pun intended, muster. And so when you do that thing, the people are going to come see that thing, because that's the reputation that you've built over almost 3 decades.
Yeah, and it was, I wasn't surprised, but I was, as it kept building. The first one I did, we got like $240, and I was like, that's more money than I've made playing by myself as a solo gig for 4 hours.
You ain't lying.
And I was like, and the fact that we were able to do that and give it out to North Texas Food Bank was amazing. So then I was like, let's do it again. And week 2 came around, and week 3 came around, and then I had audio issues, and it was horrible, and the whole thing was trashed. And I was like, I'm going to put the link up anyway. And then we had another great week. It was like, it didn't even matter about me. It was just the fact the word started spreading. So,
but let me tell you why that worked. Because you're not afraid to show the flaws. And that, to me, like, a lot of times when I see stuff like that, that endears me more, because it shows me that the person doing that video is not afraid to show vulnerability.
sure.
You know, that's why, like, when we do shows, whether it's Grace D, whether it's the podcast, whatever it is, and, you know, we always talk about with the big show, which we're going to talk about here in a minute, I'm sure, you know, you don't have to see the hamster running in the wheel, you know, but you also have to not be afraid to say, you know what, yeah, you know what, maybe I don't even want to say I'd like to have that one back, because I want you guys to understand that this is always a work in progress. This is not always polished. And I think that's why that made people endear themselves a little bit more to you than maybe you thought they would. That level of vulnerability is important.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. And I appreciate the kind words, Rob. Yeah, that's kind of the whole point. And so as we're talking about this, it warms my heart that I'm able to help someone. And
Yes, sir.
we'll talk about the next thing, which is another thing that I'm involved with, which clearly you're involved with.
A little bit.
That's near and dear to my heart. And I've played solo. Bad Karma's played there. Just this last time around in December, RDO, Red Dirt Outlaws, got an opportunity to play for Who Needs Sleep. Talk to me about this wonderful organization.
So we tell this story quite a bit, and our mutual friend and the guy that, if I didn't know you, I wouldn't know him,
Right.
Devin Pike, who is, I call him the Kevin Bacon of Dallas-Fort Worth geek conventions. He is responsible for at least 10% of my friend list. Devin and I have known each other for almost a decade now. And he called me in November of 2017 and said the most dangerous thing that Devin Pike can say to any of us, you know, and that is, I have an idea. And Devin is now in his 4th battle with throat cancer, and we pray for him every day. But he's the kind of guy that he's going to take a negative, he's going to turn into a positive. So in about 5 weeks, we put together a 36-hour streaming telethon, and we split the money between the Lymphoma and Blastoma Ward at Cook Children's in Fort Worth and Cancer Support Communities North Texas. Originally, the concept is we're going to do this and we're going to see what it does. About 4 weeks after that, and it took place right before New Year's Eve in 2017. About a month later, he called me and he said, you want to do it again? And of course, yeah, we're going to do it again. I mean, let's do it. I mean, if we can do it, we can do it. And, Vocal was back off of Mockingbird and 35 at that point. They had the facility. They were willing to donate the time and the manpower and the facility. So let's do it. And so we did it again in 2018 over Labor Day weekend. And that was at the point where we started doing other things too. Last year we did Who Needs Ink, which was supposed to be the end of April, but of course everything's done what it's done. But Godfather Inc., who would for an entire day did $40 flash tattoos, and we got half the money. We raised over $900 that day.
Yeah.
We're going to do it again as soon as we get back to abnormal, because I've got another tattoo I have to get. So, but this year we're going to do it again. We have actually been working with Music City Mall in Louisville to host the event, which is probably it's the biggest one we've done yet, and they are so on fire to help us out. It's going to be the first weekend in December, which I believe is the 5th and 6th.
Okay.
If I did my math right. There's some really great things. I know that you've already got your time slot locked in because you've been with us every year, and you know we are so honored that you guys take the time, whether it's RDO, whether it's Karma, whether it's just you. We had Brian's group on last year doing some blues for us. Delta Rage was great. And I am actually the president of the board of directors, so I kind of have some skin in the game here. But our beneficiaries are amazing people. Whenever a friend of ours, Mark Walters, does his show, he lets us have a table at his shows, and we also sponsor the cosplay contest. Hunter the Battle Cat is trying to invade. He's going to start trying to walk on my keyboard here. But it's something that's very, very near and dear to me because it directly affects us. You know, my father lost his life a little over 5 years ago, but he was also one of the 1% that makes it 10 years past pancreatic cancer surgery. He made the 10 years, and then about 3 months later, it came a knocking. Took him in 5 weeks. And so that's the tattoo I have in the back of my left shoulder is the bat symbol, because I'm Batman obsessed, with a purple ribbon around it for pancreatic cancer. And I am also the only person that has made it through all 36 hours, all 3 years without sleeping. I don't recommend it in your mid 40s. When we were 22, 23, 24 and the world was our oyster, you know, that whole Ric Flair philosophy of dance all night and dance a little longer, we could do it back then. Man, it's a struggle now, but that's the one weekend of the year I say I'm not Bruce Wayne, I'm actually Tony Stark, because I am the Iron Man. Yeah. And now I feel like I have a title to protect. I don't know. It's just weird, but it's something that we're passionate about, and we love. When we bring people on to tell their stories, you know, you guys did an amazing deal in year 2 where you had people with you and you brought them on during your set to talk about their stories. To this day, that I think of that a lot, and it just, you know, it just hits me where I live, because you get it. Like, I'm always fascinated when we play gigs, and I know you have these stories too. You know, you and I are workhorses. Our work ethic is, you know, we're hardcore, you know, and when we go to play gigs, everybody has their role. But as the vocalist, I'm very, you know, I'm going to help Jordan bring his drum set in. And then when he's done, I'm going to make sure Jay's got his bass on stage. And then I'm going to make sure that Tracy's got his keys and his guitar set up. And then when you hear these stories about, like, my singer doesn't do that, or you see these memes of, like, you know, the lead singer and what they do, I'm like, I can't sit around while the guys. Now, there's been times they've been like, Rob, I'm good, leave me be, which is fine.
Sure.
But you and I are both in that, cut from that same cloth of, you know, we got to get everybody set up so we can be on time for the downbeat, to stop on time, to get off the stage on time, and to help the next band on if there's a band after us. And we put that same level of energy into Who Needs Sleep, because, you know, we want to make sure that it's the best thing it can be. And you were invaluable, especially in the 2019 big show when, you know, we were in there sound testing and everything the day before. You know, if I didn't have you come by and help me run checks on all those DI boxes and everything, I don't know that everything would have worked fine, because I wouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah.
So I you know, I've always said that what they call the lead singer syndrome, I've never understood it, because a band is a group. You're a team, and everybody has to not only pull their weight, but you have to help the other guys pull theirs, because you have to, not only giving respect to your band, but you're giving respect to the band that was on before you and the band that's going to be on after you, always.
No, I couldn't agree more. I mean, well, unless we're signing autographs, let's just be clear.
Well, you are kind of a big deal. Like, Whenever I'm signing an autograph, there's usually a tab involved. I don't know how that works, but
No, I think about that a lot too, and I agree. I hear that all the time. And you see the Facebook memes out there, especially whatever it's happening. But there are a lot of those. But I agree with you. I mean, we have to do it together, otherwise it's just not going to work. And it's so much easier when everyone's doing something together and everyone's pulling their weight, and instead of
and it makes the experience of the show better too.
It does,
because everybody's not rushing. You know what I mean? Like when everybody's helping everybody get set up, by the time you get to sound check and by the time lights go down, everybody's in a better place because we're all relaxed. I don't feel like, I was holding everybody up because I was setting my stuff up. No, everybody was helping me. So we're all in this thing together, especially when you've got people on the talent level that we tend to be able to be honored enough to play with.
Absolutely.
It's mind-blowing every time I play.
Absolutely. All right. Well, everyone, thanks for watching today's first interview live at Chance's house with Rob Ervin. And we're going to be setting these up hopefully weekly. I'm going to try and get the next one, hopefully episode 3 is going to be with Mr. Devin Pike himself. We'll check in on him and see how he's doing and his take on music and Who Needs Sleep and all the other things we got going on here at North Texas. Because first and foremost, this is a local show. But it's also public. It's going out to others, and we're going to, find our way out to more regions and more states, and hopefully it's going to, grow exponentially, which we would like to see. Rob,
and if you're gassed at some point, you need somebody to do the interviews, you just call me and let me know. That's what I'm here for,
Absolutely.
And I'm looking for the time when the three of us can all talk together about what's going on. And we want to make sure that we plug Devin stuff before you have him on every Monday night and Thursday night at 9:00. That's Central, so 10 Eastern, universalremote.tv. He hosts an online game show twice a week, and it is so much fun. And if you win, you get to be the smartest person on the internet for a few days.
Absolutely.
And
so on Twitch and Facebook.
Twitch,
so
Twitch and YouTube.
He's doing Twitch and YouTube. Okay.
Twitch and YouTube. Yeah. Twitch. I tend, when I play, I'm usually on Twitch because Twitch has a little bit better of a reaction time. But there's a bunch of people on both, and everybody's great, and we have a great time. And Devin works really, really hard to get that thing up and running. So I want to make sure I plug that for him.
Absolutely. All
right.
We're
looking forward to having you in studio very, very soon.
I'm excited about that. You get the final word, sir. What say you?
I just want everybody one of my philosophies is be the light, fight the darkness. I know there's a lot of it around right now. And then we start transitioning out of everybody being medical experts into being political experts. Just remember, just because somebody's belief system is different than you doesn't make them a bad person. Engage in intelligent and respectful, if you're going to have debate, intelligent and respectful conversation. Be the light, fight the darkness, love each other.
I don't think you could have ended it in a better way. Rob, I appreciate you. I love you, brother. And
love you too, brother. Day. This was an honor, and I can't wait to do it again.
All right. I'm looking forward to it. All right. We're going to take a short break, everyone, from live at Chance's house while I get set up, because I think I'm going to play some tunes, and then we're going to get back to it right after this. Thank you, guys. We'll see you soon.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the interview with my good friend, Rob Ervin. I thought I'd just jump back on here real quick. So I have to apologize. Season 1, episode 2 of Live at Chance's house has gone through yet another technical difficulty. I think the first 15 minutes of this program didn't go public, so it was not working exactly the way that I wanted to. But I wanted to come on and let you guys know a couple of things. For those who are just jumping in right now that didn't have a chance to see the first 15 minutes, go back and watch it, because the first part of the interview with Rob was great, and I had started off by saying a couple of things too. I'm not going to take too much time. I'm going to pull out the guitar and play some tunes, because that's what this is all about, having a little fun, and hope you guys are enjoying yourselves watching. I will tell you this, though. There is a video lag to the audio, and I know I got to get it fixed. I was working on it before we actually got started, and it didn't quite come out the way I needed to, so it's going to be there. I'll have it fixed by next week, I promise. But once again, hey, for those of you guys that are out there watching right now, and I just want to say thank you for those that always come out. And I want to give a quick shout out again to our sponsor, Joe's Tavern and Grill, where you can eat, where you can drink, and you don't have to leave, because he's never going to kick you out. Probably stay for the month. Fine. With that said, I'm going to take a very short, super short break. Be right back to
gonna walk from the place where I come from. Well, I'm gonna walk and leave you behind. I'm gonna walk 'cause you made me love you. Can't believe I go so far away, but it lets me ease my mind. At the mountain I let myself go. The mountain listens, the mountain knows. You're gonna walk 'cause you say you love me. You're gonna walk and leave me alone. I let you roam, you soon realize I've got another place to go. Can't believe I go so far away, but it lets me ease my mind. At the mountain I let myself go. The mountain listens, the mountain knows that you're no good for me. Well, you're no good for me. I trust the mountain, she gives me pride. Well, I speak to her like she's my bride. She doesn't.
All right. I think we're having to do a quick mic check to find out to make sure everything is good here. All right, so hey, getting ready to start. Although I am having to figure out whether or not this thing's working, so someone can give me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. Brett, give me a text real quick, please. So test 1, 2 for Joe's Tavern and Grill. This is why we have sponsors, because they're always looking out for their best interest. You got to pay the bills. Can't keep the sponsors happy. You can't keep the program on. Clearly, there is an issue. I think it's fixed now. Yes, sir. Rock on. Let's do this. All right. So we're going to try this again. First thing I'm going to do is get back on here because clearly I'm doing something wrong. Grabbing my phone. I may have to suspend tonight's events until I get it figured out. All right, you have me now. All right, so that mic works. That's the good news. One, two on the second mic. Yep. Think that one works too. We good now, guys? Perfect. Thank you. All right, let's try this one more time. Live at Chance's house, season 1, episode 2, take 48. I was telling Brett over at Joe's that I think I'm going to need to hire a producer because doing this on my own is turning out to be a whole lot of fun. And I just tuned this guitar not more than 10 minutes ago.
So you think you can tell heaven from hell, with blue skies and pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail?
All right, I think I'm warmed up. We're good to go. Do something from the 80s.
We both lie silent still in the dead of the night, and though we're both lying close together, we're feeling miles apart inside. Was it something I said or something I did? Did my words not come out right? Though I tried not to hurt you, oh I tried, but I guess that's why they say every rose has its thorn, just like every night has its dawn, just like every cowboy sings a sad, sad song. Every rose has its thorn, yeah it does. I listen to my favorite song playing on the radio, where the DJ says love's a game of is it called man, well easy go. Well I wonder, does he know, has he ever felt like this, and know that you'd be here right now if I could've let you know somehow. I said every rose has its thorn, just like every night has its dawn, just like every cowboy sings a sad, sad song. Every rose has its thorn. Oh, it's been a while now, I can still feel so much pain. Like a knife that cuts and the wound heals, but the scar, oh, the scar remains. Though it's been a while now, I still feel so much pain. Oh, we both went our separate ways, and now I hear you found somebody new, and that it never meant that much to you. To hear that tears me up inside, and to see you cuts me like a knife. I guess every rose has its thorn, just like every night has its dawn. Just like every cowboy sings a sad, sad song. Every rose has its own. You guys asked me what happened. I couldn't honestly tell you because I pressed like 2 buttons and it didn't seem like it was working, and then all of a sudden it was working. So, all right. I just got Joed. Said I don't know if I've ever been good enough. I'm a little bit rusty and I think my head is caving in. And I don't know if I've ever been really loved by a hand that's touched me, and I feel like something's gonna give. And I'm a little bit angry, well, this ain't over, no, not here. Now while I still need you around, you won't own me, yeah, with my change. You know this just might feel good. I wanna push you around. I will, well I will. I wanna push you down. Well I will, oh well I will. I wanna take you for granted. I wanna take you for granted, yeah, yeah, well, I will. She said, I don't know why you ever would lie to me. Like I'm a little untrusting when I think that the truth is gonna hurt you. And I don't know why you couldn't just stay with me. You couldn't stand to be near me when my face don't seem to want to shine. 'Cause it's a little bit dirty, well, don't just stand there saying nice things to me. 'Cause I've been cheated, I've been wronged, you don't know me, yeah, well I can't change. Well, I won't do anything at all. I wanna push you around. I will, well, I will. I wanna push you down. Well, I will, oh, well, I will. I wanna take you for granted. I wanna take you for granted. Yeah, well, yeah, well, I will. Oh, but don't bomb me over. Just wait a minute. Well, I kind of fell apart. Things get so crazy, crazy. Don't rush this, baby. Don't rush this, baby, baby. I wanna push you around. Well, I will. Well, I will. I wanna push you down. Well, will take you, yeah, well, I will, and I will, yeah, well, yeah, and I will, yeah, push you around, drag you down. I wanna push you around, well, I will. Nights fall and I'm alone. Skin, yeah, chill to the bone. You turned and you ran. Oh yeah, and all slipped right from my hand. Hey, blue on black, tears on the river, push on the shove, it don't mean much. Joker on Jack, match on fire, cold on ice, a dead man's touch. A whisper and a scream doesn't change a thing, won't bring you back. How blue on black. Blind, now I see. Truth, yeah, lies in between. Wrong can't be undone. Oh yeah, no, it slipped from the tip of your tongue. Hey, blue on black, tears on the river, push on the shove, it don't mean much. Joker on Jack, match on a fire, cold on ice, a dead man's touch. A whisper and a scream doesn't change a thing, won't bring you back. How blue on black. Hey, blue on black, tears on the river, push on the shove, it don't mean much. Joker on Jack, match on the fire, cold on ice, a dead man's touch. A whisper on a scream doesn't change a thing, won't bring you back. How blue on black. Well, today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. Well, by now you should have somehow realized what you got to do. Well, I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Well, backbeat to what is on the street and the fire in your heart is out. Well, I'm sure you heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. Well, I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that lead us there are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. 'cause maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall. Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. Well, by now you should have somehow realized what you got to do. Well, I don't believe in anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that lead us there are blinding. Well, there are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. Well, 'cause maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall. I said maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. You're gonna be the one that saves me. You're gonna be the one that saves me. What's happening, everybody? Hey, Deborah. Hey, Camille. Thanks for stopping by. So this has been an interesting night. It's 8 o'clock, and I should have already been wrapped up. Had everything already gone well, this would have been done over and good. First off, thanks for my buddies helping me out over at Joe's, telling me that we had no sound, because that would have been a disaster if I would have played all night long. Luckily, I got the little scrolling comments right here. Second thing I want to say real quick is I want to say thank you to Rob Ervin for taking the time to do that interview with me today. And, you know, he's been a really close and he's been like a family member. He's like a brother to me for years. We've known each other for a very long time, since early 90s. And he's got a lot of great things going on, so I really appreciate him. Devin doesn't know this yet, but I'm interviewing him next week, so he'll be the other one. And the interview did go a little bit longer than I thought. But to be quite honest with you, I wanted it to be that. I want this new programming to be something that's fun and a little bit different, talking about music, focusing on the things that are happening around here in our regional area, North Texas. But then we're going to be expanding it out and taking it to a different, maybe a couple of different states if I got a couple of musicians that come on board. You guys probably saw some of that in the interview. If you missed the first 15 minutes, I apologize. I don't know what happened with that. That was a whole nother issue. It didn't go live at first, and then it went live, so whatever. And then there was a whole section that there wasn't any audio. But you know what? Keep trying. Practice makes perfect. And to be honest with you, it's live, and all kinds of things go wrong. So I'm okay with that. All right, I'm going to play one that I don't know that anyone's ever heard. Brett, maybe he has heard this before, and if he has, it's been years. This is a very obscure song. It's something that I wrote with a friend of mine, and I actually recorded it. It's on Spotify, and surprisingly enough, it's getting a bunch of hits too, as people like it, and I'm glad that they do, because it's really weird. And I'm going to preface it by saying that it's really weird, and there's a story behind it. And I'll tell the story after the song. In the meantime, this song's called Flies. Well, I'm starving, got flies in my eyes. My stomach is empty, and it's no surprise. I'm weak, I don't need a drink. Well, I just need some food, and I need it now. Don't need no education, too far away. Families who pretend to care and just send money. What can I buy? Well, it's no good to me. Well, I just need some food and I need it now. I'm starving 'cause you can't build a farm in the desert, though you try real hard. Well, I get by, oh, for now. Well, I just need some food and I will need it now. When you see me on late night TV, well, do I make you sick? I'm just sitting here feeling sorry for myself. I don't need no sympathy. Send mood, not money. So I don't have to see those. So I don't have to see those flies in my eyes. Flies in my eyes. Flies in my eyes. Flies in my eyes. Literally don't think that I have played that song in probably 20-something years. You know, the funny story, Brett, is that, like I said, it's a quirky song. And when I recorded it, I was like, man, I don't know if anyone's going to get this. Here's the story real quick. The story is that when we wrote the song together, we were up super late at night. It was probably 3 a.m. when it happened. And back in the day, Sally Struthers used to be on the television, and she would put up the commercials of the kids in Africa. And it was this thought that I had in my head. I'm like, man, and it was like the scandals and everyone was sending money and it wasn't getting to the people. And there was like some huge thing, an article that had come out and they're like, yeah, all this money that was being donated, millions and millions of dollars, wasn't getting to the people that actually needed it. So I had like this genius idea and I thought, oh, you know what? Well, why don't we just stop sending money and we'll just send food, because that would be helpful instead. And instead of, doing all of that, anyway, it was kind of a naive notion at the time, but that's the story behind the song. So the concept is it's the person with the flies in their eyes telling the story, saying, don't send money because it doesn't mean anything to me. I can't use it. I can't do anything with it. It doesn't work. I'm hungry. Send me food. I don't need the money. And that was the point. Anyway. There's a lot to can be said about that song, and I've actually had people message me, and they're saying, "Oh, I totally relate to that," and it was something completely different. Again, people hear what they want to hear, but the crux of that song was being up, probably drunk, at 3 a.m. in the morning, watching Sally Struthers on a television infomercial saying, "You can send $5 now, and it'll be all good." And I knew that was complete, stuff, right? Keeping it PG-13. And I was like, well, that's just the dumbest thing I ever heard. So we wrote a song about it. It's a full moon rising over a grassy hill, late one afternoon. The sun is so still, and the seagulls fly back from the mist. I let you go once. Mistakes are hard to live with. Choir of angels can be heard. Reminds me of your face. You were my angel. Now I'm sleeping with the devil. Could save my soul. The clouds will clear sometime and let the sun shine through. Oh, and the seagulls fly back from the mist. I'll let you go once. Mistakes are hard to live with, so I let you go. Come fly back to me, bring my sunshine back. It's been so lonely, peeking through the clouds. Is that you saving my soul? And the seagulls fly. And the seagulls fly back from the mist. I'll let you go once. Mistakes are hard to live with. And the seagulls fly. And the seagulls fly. And the seagulls fly. Back from the mist. Anyone over at Joe's got a request? You've been thunderstruck. Yeah. Maybe something that I can actually sing. Thanks, Lee. I should have expected something. All right, I can do that one. Let's do it. By request. Here we go, Lee. The song was written by a good friend of ours. It's going to be on the upcoming RDO album. No better friend I ever had. Gentle giant I called my dad. He taught me how to be a man. Over time, was strong and firm in what he said. Tough love still fills my head. He said, be anything you want to be, son. Over time, I'll be looking at life just like he did. Over time, I set the bar high just like he did. Over time, I see my dad and me and my kids just like he did over time. It taught me failing was not a crime. Keep on trying, get back in line. It's a sweet victory, it'll come again over time. It challenged me to be myself, never mimic somebody else, be the best that I could be over time. Over time, I'll be looking at life just like he did. Over time, I set the bar high just like he did. Over time, I see my dad and me and my kids just like he did. Over time, well, not a day goes by I don't think of him. He's like a song that never fails to make me smile. And over time, I'll be looking at life just like he did. Over time, I set the bar high just like he did. Over time, I see my dad and me and my kids just like he did. Over time, just like he did. Over time, over time. I'm kind of having a hard time coming up with one. Stand by. Let's take a look at something. Pull something out of the archives. Thanks for everyone stopping by. I appreciate you guys. Once again, thank you to Rob, Ervin, for getting on with the interview with me earlier for today's interview. And again, I apologize for all the technical difficulties. Hopefully we'll get those worked out by next week. I did it like a wrecking ball. That would be a funny image, Lee, by the way. I'd have to make a video for it, too, I'm sure. Request for Miley Cyrus, sorry. Don't ask me what you know is true. Don't have to tell you I love your precious heart. I was standing, you were there, two worlds colliding, and they can never tear us apart. we could live for 1,000 years. If I hurt you, I make wine from your tears. I told you, if we could fly high, 'cause we all have wings, but some of us don't know why. I was standing, you were there, two worlds collided, and they could never tear us apart. You don't ask, I was standing, no, it's true. You were there, worlds collided, shining through, and they could never tear us apart. You don't ask, I was standing, no, it's true. You were there, worlds collided, shining through, and they could never tear us apart. I was standing, oh, you were there, two worlds collided, shining through, and they could never tear us apart. Travis asked for something, and I don't think I can deliver, but I'll fake it just because he asked. So. Stand by. I'll play a couple more. Hope you guys are still sticking around and enjoying yourselves. I'm off today, so I don't have to immediately go away. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. We're going to do it. I'm an outlaw. Yeah, she's my lady luck and I'm her wild hog man. Together we're building up a real hot hand. We live out in the country. She's my little queen of the South. Yeah, we're two of a kind, working on a full house. She wakes me every morning with a smile and a kiss. Her strong country loving is hard to resist. She's my easy loving woman, a hard working man, no doubt. Yeah, we're two of a kind, working on a full house. Yeah, pickup truck is her limousine, and her favorite dress is her faded jeans. She loves me tender, the going gets tough. Sometimes we fight just so we can make up. Lord, I need a little woman like a crop needs a rain. She's my honeycomb and I'm her sugar cane. We really fit together if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, where we're two of a kind, working on a full house. This time I found a keeper, I made up my mind, Lord, the perfect combination is her heart and mine. The sky's the limit, the hill's too steep. We're playing for fun, but we're playing for keeps. So draw the curtains, honey, run the lights down low. We'll find some country music on the radio. Yours and your mind, hey, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, where we're two of a kind, working on a full house. Lord and Mama, where we're two of a kind, working on a full house. There you go. I'll work on it. Give me a word or give me a sign. Show me where the Lord, tell me what will I find? What will I find? Lay me on the ground and bind me to the sky. Show me where the Lord, tell me what will I find? Will I find? Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. Will heaven let your light shine down? 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 Love is in the water, love is in the air. Show me where to go, tell me we'll all be there. We'll all be there. Well, teach me how to speak, teach me how to share. Teach me where to go, tell me we'll all be there. We'll all be there. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. Will heaven let your light shine down? Whoa. Heaven let your light shine down? Whoa. Will heaven let your light shine down? Whoa. Will heaven let your light shine down? Give me a word or give me a sign. Show me where to look, tell me what will I find? Will I find? Lay me on the ground and fly me to the sky. Show me where to look, tell me what will I find? Will I find? Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. Well, heaven, let your light shine down. 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 God, let it shine. Let it shine. Heaven, lay your light, shine on me. I said, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Heaven, lay your light, go and shine on me. I said, shine, shine on me. Yeah, shine. I think we're going to call tonight, guys. Hey, thanks for everyone watching it live at Chance's house tonight. We'll be back next week, hopefully with no video lag and hopefully a little bit better all around, no sound issues, and we start the show actually at 7 o'clock. It did start at 7, by the way. It just wasn't public. Okay, that's my fault, too. Anyway, hope you guys had a great night. Thanks for the request. Thanks to Joe's Tavern and Grill, by the way, for your support. You guys being the backdoor producers helping me back over there because we wouldn't have been able to make this happen otherwise. For those of the rest of you out there, jump over to universalremote.tv. Watch Devin Pike do his game show tonight. And when you get a chance, check out Rob Ervin and the Clubhouse Podcast and the Cheap Podcast starting at 5:30. That's Eastern Standard Time. You can check him out. Go to Rob Ervin on my Facebook page. You can also go to the clubhousepodcast.com. You guys have a great night. Thank you so much. I'm gonna walk and rise above the sun. Well, I'm gonna walk from the place where I come from. Well, I'm gonna walk and leave you behind. I'm gonna walk 'cause you made me love you. Can't believe I go so far away, but it lets me ease my mind. At the mountain I let myself go. The mountain listens, the mountain knows. You're gonna walk 'cause you say you love me. You're gonna walk and leave me alone. I let you roam, you soon realize I've got another place to go. Can't believe I go so far away, but it lets me ease my mind. At the mountain I let myself go. hustle.